Good evening, everyone. Today we'll start our first chapter of business studies, that is, nature and significance of management. In this chapter, we'll be studying about the concept of management, objectives of management, features of management, levels of management, nature of management, functions of management, coordination, that is essence of management, and management in 21st century. We'll start with the first topic, that is concept of management. According to modern concept of management, it means that management is a process of getting things done from others in order to achieve the task and aims effectively and efficiently. From this concept, we can derive some major words. First word is getting things done. Second word is it is a process. Third word is achieving goals. Fourth word is effectively and efficiently. These are most important words in the concept of management. I'll tell you the meaning of first word, that is process. Process means interrelated tasks, and in management there is a series of interrelated tasks which will complete whole process of management. These interrelated tasks involve first is planning, second organizing, third is staffing, fourth directing, and last is controlling. These are the steps through which management is completed. Next important word is getting things done. Getting things done means we will not do everything by ourselves. We will guide others, direct others, motivate others in order to achieve the tasks which are decided by the enterprise. Next word is goals and tasks. Goals are the aims which are pre-decided by the management, or we can say the owners of enterprise, in order to be accomplished by the employees and managers. And last two words are effectively and efficiently. These two words are very important. Why? Because effectively means we have to accomplish the task in limited time, and efficiently means we have to complete the task within limited resources. So this whole concept of management stresses on we have to complete the work given by others and help others to complete the task within limited time, in limited resources, and according to the norms decided by the owners or top level management. This is the concept. Now I'll tell you the main objectives, why and why not. Both are very important. We should have some objectives of management because management is very important for each and every organization. If there are no objectives of management, so there is no need of management. So objectives are categorized into three categories, that is social objectives, personal objectives, and organizational objectives. Social objectives means when management is doing something for the society, and this also means social responsibilities of a management where management is thinking about the welfare of the society, betterment of the society, and fulfilling all the responsibilities connected to the society. We can subcategorize it into some points, that is Whenever we are thinking about the environment, we are manufacturing eco-friendly products. This is a social responsibility, social objective. Whenever we are hiring people or we are employing the people from society, this is one of the social objective. Whenever we are manufacturing good quality products and selling them on fair prices, this is social objective. Whenever we are thinking about the society, it means we are fulfilling our social objectives. Second is personal objective. Personal objective means related to employees and the people who are working for the management. Whenever we are providing fair wages and salaries, this is personal objective. Whenever we are giving good working condition to our employees, this is personal objective. Whenever we are paying them salaries on time, this is personal objective. Whenever we are fair and justified with our employees and staff members, this is personal objective. Lastly, there are organizational objectives. That means organization is very important for every type of management. Organizational comprise of the most important objectives, that is profit making and survival in the market and expansion in the market. Whenever you will work, you will always think of the objectives of organization first and then personal and then social. So 3 categories are there in objectives. Next, I'll tell you about the features of management. Features means the distinct qualities of management which will never be seen in any other discipline. Features make that concept distinct from others. Most important feature of management is a group activity. Group activity means you can never do management single-handedly or by your own self. You need a proper team, a group, people who are specialized in that field in order to do management or to get the things done. That is why it is known as a group activity. Second feature is management is goal oriented. Goal oriented means whenever you do management, there is a goal in your mind. Why you are doing management, what is the need of management, what you will be achieving after doing management. So every management has an organizational objective, whether it is profit, whether it is survival, whether it is expansion. Every organization has a goal. Third point is management is universal. Universal means wherever in the world or we can say around the world, in whichever organization you will be working, you will find management. Whether it is a club, hospital, school, college, anything, wherever you will see work going on, there will be management. So management is in every activity of the business. Management is multidimensional. Multidimensional means management does not mean one single activity. It includes management of work, management of people, management of operations. Management of work means every task will be divided into small subtasks and will be given to specialized persons. Secondly, management of people. People are very important part of management because if we'll not guide them in the right direction, we'll not teach them how to face the problems, we'll not make them dynamic, so there is no use of management. Lastly, management of operations means from raw material till the finished product until the product is in the market, management is going on and it is flowing in the organization. Next is management is a continuous process. Management is a continuous process means management is a never ending process. It starts from planning and ends at controlling, but it again starts with a new plan, and new challenges are there, new departments are made, and finally new control processes are applied, and again a new task is formed. So there are many tasks interrelated in management, so this is a never ending process and it will continue till your enterprise is working. Last point is management is dynamic function. Dynamic, why? Because dynamic means it can change according to the environment. Every type of environment will be faced by management in a positive manner. Why? Because whether it is a technological change, whether it is economical change, whether it is legal change or political change, management has to change according to the environment. For example, we are teaching with technology because of the environmental change. Our management is dynamic and we have changed according to the changing environment. That is why management should have this feature, that is dynamic. So I will summarize again the major points. Objectives of management are three types: social, personal, organizational. Social means thinking about the society. Personal means thinking about the employees and staff. Organizational means thinking about the organizational goals. Features, I'll again tell you. Features: management is a group activity. Management is a continuous process. Management is multidimensional. Management is goal oriented. Management is dynamic. Major features of management. Please keep your text and notes with you, which I have already given it. So please refer them while I am explaining you the chapter. Our next main heading is importance of management. Management is very important. Why? Because if you will not have proper management in your organization, you will never be able to achieve your goals. And without your goals, there is no need of the survival of your organization. As already there is lot of competition in the market, and if you are not well managed, your major goals will never be accomplished. So first importance of management is to achieve our goals, we need management. Secondly, to improve efficiency. If you are not having a well managed group with you, you will never be efficient and you will never be able to make others efficient. Why? Because you are not following proper protocol, proper norms and proper system. Secondly, management creates a dynamic organization. If there is no management, you will never be able to adapt yourself like other people are adapting according to the changing environment. So you need to have a management in order to be a dynamic individual. Management helps to achieve your personal objectives also, social objectives and organizational objectives also. So proper management helps you to achieve everything, whatever you have decided, whether it is for social welfare, for your own self, or we can say for your employees. Lastly, I can say that management is important for the society also. Why? Because you will provide better products to the society, you will provide consumer satisfaction to the people, you will provide various new products to the society. So most of the people will be attracted towards your business and you will be having more market share in future. So a well managed business is much better than a profitable business. Why? Because management will give you profit in the long run, but if you are not well managed, you will have a short run profit, but in the long run you can never be successful if you are not a well managed business. I will again summarize my points. management is important to achieve your organizational goals. Management is important to adapt according to the environment. Management increases the efficiency. Management increases the productivity also of the employees. Management helps in social welfare. Management helps in research and development also, because if you want to adapt according to the environment, you will do a lot of research and development in your own organization, and finally it will help you in the long run. And lastly, management helps to achieve personal objectives also. So there are many importances of management. If management is there in your organization, you have achieved your aim. But if there is no management, your aims cannot be achieved. Our next topic is nature of management. Nature means what are the distinct, we can say there are different kinds of nature in every person. For example, if we'll talk about a person, that person is honest, that person is well mannered, that person is courteous. So these are some features in that person which finally form the nature of a person. In the same way, management has three types of natures. First nature is management is considered as a science because some features of science are there in management. Secondly, management is considered as an art because some features of art are there in management. Lastly, management is also considered as a profession. Why? Because some features of profession are also there in management. Firstly, I'll tell you why management is considered as a science. Management is not at all a pure science. Why? Because only some features of science are there. Not every feature of science is connected with management. I'll tell you the major features which are connected with science and management both. Major characteristics are: first, science is a systematic body of knowledge. Systematic body of knowledge means in science each and every work is done in a very systematic manner, in a very precise manner, and we can say very organized manner. In the same way, management is also a systematic body of knowledge. In management, you will follow a system, you will follow a process, you will follow a proper management while applying it in your organization. So first point, that is systematic body of knowledge. Second point is principles are based on repeated experiments. In science, you always do experimentation, observation, and other types of inquiries in order to prove something. In the same way, management also has some scientific inquiries and experiments through which each and every principle is formed in management. That principle is formed after survey work, or we can say after close observation. Then it is applied in practical scenarios. So this feature of science is there in management. And principles are changing according to the environment. Why they are changing according to the environment? Because some people of our country are different than people of foreign countries. So to manage there, the management will be different, and to manage in India, the management will be different. So there are many principles which are changing according to the environment. But in science, we say universal validity of principles. Scientific inquiries have universal validities, but management has no universal validity. That is why management is not a pure science. It has some features of science and it does not have some features of science. So partly we can say management has some science in it. Next is management as an art. Art means creativity, skill-based knowledge, practical knowledge of a subject, and we can say that personalized application of principles. Management, I'll tell you the principle what you have to do, but it depends on you how you will do that. What is related to science and how is related to art. So in this way we can say that management is both science and art, with some features of science in it and some features of art in it. The nature of management can be concluded as both science and art. Last nature is management as a profession. What is profession? Profession means whenever you will have some specialized knowledge, special training in any special field, otherwise your entry is restricted. That is a profession. Management is now becoming a profession. Why? Because it is having some features of a profession also. First feature is well defined body of knowledge. Whenever you will study for CA or law or MBBS, you will have a well defined body of knowledge. Everything will be very systematic. Now in the same way, whenever you are studying for MBA, you will have a very good and systematic way of studying. You will have your workshops, you will have your seminars, you will have your training, you will have your internships. Same as in a profession. Second is presence of professional association. Every profession has a professional association connected. In the same way, management is also coming up with a professional association, that is All India Management Association in coming future. This association will be directing and guiding all the management professionals in future. Third point is existence of ethical code of conduct. Ethical code of conduct is very important because whenever CAs are there, doctors are there or lawyers are there, they are following an ethical code of conduct. But in management still this feature is not there. Managers are not having a specific ethical code of conduct which they should have. That is why this feature is still not there, but in coming future it will be there in management. Service motive. Professionals are always working for a service motive, but managers are not working for service motive. So how can we call management as a profession? Some features of profession are there and some features of profession are not there. That is why management will be a profession in coming future, but currently it is not a profession. So I'll summarize it that management is not fully a profession, but it is on the line of being a profession in future because some features of profession are there